morning, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Cinnamon Stitches. I am your fidgety yarn host, Jennifer. I have so much to share with you guys today. So this is probably going to be a long one, so buckle up and hang on. As you can tell, I am feeling better. It has been a rough week. I experienced way more pain than I thought I would. The dental procedure did not go as planned. I know a lot of you were asking. So we're going to get that out of the way first. If teeth gross you out, just fast forward a couple minutes and we'll get to more important things. Yeah. The tooth was healthy except for the bone loss that was beneath my gums. So the dentist actually fought the tooth for 2 hours to get it, to pry it out of my mouth. It was very traumatic to me, and I already don't like doctors, and I don't do well with doctors, and I get anxiety about doctors. And dentists are actually way worse. I am 40 years old, and the last time I went to a dentist, I was 15. So she even said that it's amazing how good my teeth look, considering I haven't been to the dentist in that long. But I was not happy, and I have been in way more pain than I expected. I went through a C-section and did not require narcotics because I don't like narcotics. I refuse to take them. This pain for my tooth was worse than the C-section pain, and I had to break down and take a couple of the narcotics that she prescribed me, and I was not happy about that. I am glad to say that a week later, I no longer need any of that. I've been kind of like alternating Tylenol, over-the-counter Tylenol, and over-the-counter Motrin. I've been alternating them throughout the day when I need it. And that has helped actually way more than the narcotic helped. The narcotic didn't seem to really work. So I don't know. I'm feeling better today. I look like I feel better. I still have pain. And I still have pain every single day that is so strong that it gives me a migraine. But right now, in this moment, I feel okay. So I'm just going to be grateful for that. And then we're going to move on to more yarny things. What Brunhilde is wearing is my ponchito that I wore in Wednesday's video. And this is the exact, and the reason I love my ponchito pattern so much is Brunhilde is an extra small. And this looks just as amazing on me, not an extra small. You guys know my size. I've said it in the past. I'm like a 3-4X. I'm a big girl. No shame in your game, right? So it's crazy to me that this pattern that I designed looks amazing on her. And it looks amazing on me. If you don't know what it looks like on me, go back to Wednesday's video. It's awesome. And I keep doing that because it's bothering me. So I'm sorry if I keep I'm trying to stop doing that. I'm trying. Okay. Oh, another thing I made this. If you recall in a previous video, this was a couple months ago, I believe. It was St. Patrick's Day. I made a cowl for St. Patrick's Day that was leaf patterns. And I got the leaf patterns from a scarf design from another YouTuber, and I will post her video below, but it is not how to make this pattern. I fudged my way all the way through this pattern, but it's the same. These are leaves. I'll show you up close. Oh, little man is hungry. I know you can hear him yelling. He is very demanding. So, see the leaves? It's like leaves on lattice. That's what it reminds me of. Like ivy growing up, lattice. And I did like a lattice design down there. I fudged my way through this whole pattern, and I am so proud of it. I think it is so beautiful. Beautiful poncho. It hits me just at my waist. So, if I can remember, I will take a photograph of me wearing this, and I will post it in my Instagram sometime today. If I can remember. My brain is like all over the place, but I'm sure you guys you can all understand that. Also, you may have seen this. I'm just showing you guys stuff I've made this week. I finished this baby blanket, and this was on my Instagram. This is my design for the 8-point blanket because it has a different center than all of the other 8-point blankets that I have seen. It's not necessarily holey, but it's lacy. So, and this was made with Premier Yarns Candy Shop. I love this, and I was working my way through it. And the cakes didn't line up as perfectly as it did. I got it right here. With the star blanket I made, the cakes just lined up perfectly. So I didn't have to do any color control. But with this, the cakes didn't line up perfectly. Like cake 1 and cake 2 were cool. I got string on it. Cakes 1 and cakes 2 lined up, but cake 3, no, I'm wrong. Cakes 1 and 2 did not line up. And so I was like, I only had 2 cakes, and I knew that it took 3 cakes to make this size blanket. So I ordered more because they were on a really good sale. And when the 3 cakes that I ordered showed up, none of them were even close. The entire cake was like this marl instead of like solid marl. All 3 cakes. So I had to cut the second cake apart to get it to line up with the colors here. So I did like major color control. So I had to cut the cake apart and color control it here. And then this whole marl section is the 3rd cake. So did that. That is done. I got another baby blanket done, and that makes me happy. And then I got more baby stuff to show you, but I want to show you this blanket first. It is a monstrosity. It is huge. And I'm calling it the world's largest corner-to-corner blanket. Not because the blanket itself is the world's largest blanket, but the corner-to-corner blocks is massive because of the yarn that I use. Do you see the corner-to-corner block is like the size of my hand? Is that not crazy? Can you hear me through this fabric? It's just a lap-size blanket. This entire blanket is not finished, but it's almost finished. It took me 2 hours to make this entire blanket. See, I got a corner left. I had to order another ball. And hopefully 1 ball is enough because this yarn is expensive. Expensive. This is the Premier Couture Jazz. And it is the super size balls. And this took 5 balls. I bought the yarn with the intention to learn how to hand knit. Because everybody makes it look so easy. My clothes are all crazy. Let me fix it. All right. Hand knitting is not easy. My brain does not wrap around it just like it does. I don't do real well with knitting. So, after trying and trying to hand knit, I was like, I'm pulling out my big hook. And I don't have it down here. But I have a 30mm hook. And a 30mm hook plus 5 of those big giant balls of Couture Jazz. Took me 2 hours to make most of that blanket because it's not finished. Because I ran out of yarn. So I had to order another skein, which, whatever. I got it on a really good sale when I purchased it. And now it's back to full price, which is really, really expensive. So that is going to be the world's most expensive and largest corner-to-corner blanket. And I'm going to put it in the Smithsonian. I have some things packed in a box, so I'm going to like kind of unpack the box because this is being shipped off. But I wanted to show you guys, I've been dyeing some yarn, and some of this has already been purchased, even though I haven't put it in the Etsy shop yet. Figure that one out. So, please don't email me asking me to buy any of this yet, because this was like a personal, it's somebody I know in person wanted to buy this. I'm going to give everyone else a fair shot when I finish dyeing the rest of this yarn, because I have several more skeins to go, and I'm going to put it all in the Etsy shop at once, and I'm going to let you guys know. But I wanted to show you what I was making. But before I show you that, I want to finish showing you what I crocheted. This is, oh, I forgot to tell you what kind of yarn I used for this. Okay, this one is Hobby Lobby and Premier Everyday. This one is Premier Everyday in the color Kiwi. And this is Karen Simply Soft, and I hate Karen Simply Soft. I went from making this beautiful, soft, splitty yarn. I was cruising through. I was making progress. And then I switched over to the Karen Simply Soft because it's the only thing I had in the color. And it split and split and split. And no matter what I did, I tried loosening up. I tried it just kept splitting, and it was going so slow, and it was getting so tedious because I was going to make this a lot longer. And then I decided if I made it longer, I was going to actually murder this skein of yarn because it was on my nerves. But this was actually, this little section here, because of how big around it is one whole skein. This is one whole skein of Karen Simply Soft. And this is like a quarter skein of Karen Simply Soft. And this was three, or I don't remember if it was 2 or 3. I think it was 3 skeins of the Premier Everyday in the color Kiwi, which I think this is just so pretty. I'm so proud of it. Anyway, back to this. I am going to borrow Holly and show you. I made this hat for my baby niece, but it looks so much cuter on Holly. Holly was a Halloween decoration, and she has the same size head as my 2-year-old niece. So I made this little hat for her. I made this little flower. I got this flower pattern from Crystal at Bag of Day. Try to block some of the light. Put a little button in there. The hat pattern, I fudged it. That's how I roll. So that hat goes with this dress. You got it. Holly, calm down. And again, I fudged the dress pattern too. This is just something in my head. So that's for my 2-year-old niece in Michigan. I'm going to mail that to her. I guess that kind of tells you who the rest of this is for. But, yeah, my sister, she just started crocheting last month. I think it was last month. And when she saw this yarn, she's all, I have to have that yarn. She's working on Christmas gifts right now, which I think is so amazing. So awesome. And I'm wondering, is she going to make me something for Christmas? Because, she's making everybody else something for Christmas. I have a little knocker. Hopefully, my daughter has enough sense to get up and make him something to eat for breakfast. But it's not looking good because they're out in there arguing. She's going to be 15 in a couple days, and she is like full prime teenager, Anyway, so I'm going to show you the batch of yarn my sister has purchased from me already. And then I will move into the other yarn that's going to be in the Etsy shop eventually. I got a little short story to interject here about my yarn dye. I bought my yarn dye pots from the thrift store. Okay? They were like $6 and like $8. And they were really nice. I had a big roasting pan that I used for like low immersion, and then like a chili pot, which I used for like deep immersion for kettle dyeing. I pulled them out, and I had put them away wet last time I dyed. And one pan stuck to the other pan and formed rust and peeled off the inside layer of the roasting pan because it was like a Teflon style, which is not real safe to eat out of, but it's fine to dye yarn out of. That's what I figure, So, and actually the safety with Teflon, I don't read articles on Teflon safety, so please ignore that if you disagree with that comment. So I had to throw the roasting pan away because it was flaking up bits of Teflon and rust, and I don't want that sticking to the yarn. So I got on Amazon and I ordered a catering dish for the immersion, the low immersion dyeing. And it was supposed to be here Wednesday. And that's what I mentioned in the video. It's supposed to be here Wednesday. UPS, I was outside and UPS said it was just delivered on your porch. And I got a little notification from Amazon and UPS in my app. I was outside. Amazon was not, or UPS was not even on my block. So where my package is at, I have no clue. UPS is useless. Like, you can't call them. Amazon's like, well, you have to wait another 24 hours and see if it shows up tomorrow. So yesterday we tried to call 24 hours after it was allegedly delivered. Oh, you have to wait till 8 o'clock because it could still be delivered today. That package ain't coming. And UPS, I created the neighborhood Facebook group for this neighborhood because my husband was the vice president on the board of the HOA at the time, blah, blah, blah. I know, long story long. That's how I roll. So anyway, I posted on there, has anyone else seen my package? Did it accidentally get delivered to their house? Because there's a house a block down whose address is the same as mine, except one number is different. And it's like one number down from my number. So if my address were 456, theirs would be 466. It's like, it's that close. That's not my address, but that's an example. So I ran down there and they had an Amazon box on their porch. And I was like crazy stalker at this point. I wanted my package. They have gotten so much of our mail and we have gotten some of their mail because UPS and FedEx are stupid. They just don't know how to read addresses, apparently. So I ran up on their porch in the rain with my purse under my arm in case I had to knock on the door and say, hey, this is my package. Here's my ID, you know? I went up there like a crazy person. I looked down. It was their package, not mine. So I run back to the car. Well, I'm not normally the one driving, so I'm stupid and went to the passenger door. I don't know if anybody in the neighborhood was watching me. I open the passenger door and look and go, oh, shoot, I'm not driving. So instead of making myself look stupid or like, why did she open the passenger door? I threw my purse in there and closed the door. Which now at this moment, I'm realizing if someone was watching me from a distance, it looked like I just stole the package, which I did not. So I run around the car. This is all in the rain, mind you. I get in the driver's seat and I come back down and then I do like a loop around the street to see if anybody else might have my package on their porch because I'll go up there and knock. Yeah, I'm a little bit psychotic. I just wanted to dye yarn, and where's my pan? Anyway. So, hopefully, the thing went through Amazon, and as of 8 p.m. last night, they said they're going to ship me another pan, but now I got to wait to do the kind of dyeing that I want to do, which is the low immersion painting style, because all I have is a pot. Anyway. So, this was all kettle dyed. The best I could, but I'm really proud of it. I like the way it turned out. So, the first three that I did is purple and red, and my sister bought these because she wants to make something for her sister-in-law who really loves purple and red, which I didn't know that when I was dyeing it. I wanted to do like a, a darker set of colors. The light is right next to the camera, so it's showing up way blown out. Let's see if I can shade it. There you go. So it's red, it's purple, and this is just Highland wool. It's just Highland wool, but I think it's pretty, and I think it's pretty cool. Got some, speckling going on. Well, I wouldn't call that speckling. We'll call it striping. And so there's 3 of those. She wanted those, so I am going to cut this off. I keep this on here. I learned this from ChemKnits. And these are just from the dollar store. They're just zip ties. They're not the reusable. But if you push down, you could totally like pull them off. Let's see if I can show you. Magic trick. You push down that little knob. And I have no fingernails. Anyway, you can unzip them and reuse them again. But they're from the dollar store, so I don't mind just cutting them and going. But I do this as a handle. And I do it so they don't tangle in the dye pot. And it's a brilliant idea. But whenever I sell my hanks of yarn, you will not receive them in hank form. Because I cake them up. And the reason I cake them up is because I want you to use it. Like, I made it. I want it to be used. I want it to be turned into something, you know, that you're going to wear this. You're going to gift. So I don't send Hank formed. I send cake form. So, and I do that for free. I do that as part of like my service because I want it to be used. And then this one, there's going to be another one of these I'll show you in the shop. See, I made two. These ones are not the Highland wool. These are gorgeous, soft. I don't remember what the fiber content is. These are the same, the sparkle yarns that I put in the shop last time. I know it's hard to see, but they are super sparkly. They're not like hardcore glitter, but they have a very like beautiful, I hope you can see that. Anyway, this one, I was actually thinking of Laura from Mad Mimi's when I was creating this one because it's got the oranges, but I put some hot pink in there for me. And when I got done, my husband and my daughter both said that these remind them of the popsicles from the ice cream man. You know, the ones that are these colors, that's like cherry something or another. And they were like the cheaper ones. They were like the 50-cent ones instead of the dollar ones, because that's all we could afford. You can get the 50-cent popsicle. So there's two of those. One is bought. One will be in the shop. And of course, I will open this up so you can see it. Because it's so pretty. It's so pretty. See, we got some deep oranges, some yellows, hot pinks, which translate into coral in some spots. I just think that's just so pretty. So pretty. Oh, and it smells good. It's freshly washed. It smells real good. Isn't that beautiful? Ooh, poke myself in the eye. That's my color. So, we got that one. And of course, this is all sparkly. I'm not gonna cake them up all perfect. I'll recake them later. Then we have this one. Is so pretty. This one was created with the leftover dye that was in the pot from this one. So I can't recreate this one exactly. So this is a one of a kind. I was trying to use up the leftover orange that was in the pot, and it came out this gorgeous gold color. And of course it's glittery, sparkly. So what I did is, this was kind of cool. I gotta unhank it to show you. What I did, I took the center of the skein and I dipped it in this way. So it's going to be a repeating colorway. I dipped it in that way and waited till some of the orange dissolved and absorbed into that beautiful center. It is much more gold than it's showing up. That light is really bright. It's a new light bulb. Anyway, then I threw the rest in, and the rest that was left in the pot was the yellow. So that you got a pastel-y, you know, I just think this is so beautiful. It reminds me of Goldilocks' hair. I really wish you could see like how sparkly and it's so pretty. It's so pretty. This one's probably my favorite. This one I actually might keep. It might go in the shop. I might keep it because I'm really, really in love with this one. We'll see. We'll see. And again, these are 100 gram skeins. The Highland wool ones are 50 grams and they are worsted weight, and these are DK. Then this one, this one was a happy accident. But my niece Samira was here, and she's the same age as my daughter, so she's 15. She actually helped me to create this colorway. And again, this is a one of a kind, but I tried to recreate this because, like I said, this was a happy accident and it was me and her working together. But I tried to recreate this one, and I will show you that one. But those ones are more pastel, but they're still just as beautiful. We got the different, this one's my favorite. This one is my absolute favorite. And of course, my sister got her hooks into it. I probably should have just kept it. But I'm just as happy with the other ones that I recreated. And again, this one is so sparkly. And these are so soft. These are like ridiculously soft. All right. And I got two of these. These are the Hawthorne, not Hawthorne, no, Highland, the Highland wool. So these are worsted weight. These are not as soft as the glittery ones, and these are not glittery, but these are just green and blue, and I just really like these colors together. Very, very colorful. You guys know me. When I dye, it's the same thing as when I crochet. Like, I like bright colors. I like, you know. Okay, so I'll give you one last look at this one, because this is what I came up with as the recreation, and I have 3 of these, and these are still damp, so they still need to get hung back up, but I brought them in to show you. I so am in love with these. And I remember exactly how to recreate this one. So if I want more, like I said, these ones are a little more pastel, but I think these are just as beautiful, if not prettier. And yeah, they're still a little damp. Oh, look at the colors. Just look at blues, greens, purples. Focus on the yarn, not my face. Look at that. I just think this is so stunning. So stunning. So this colorway is probably going to be called Samira. Although that would probably make my daughter angry. So I don't know. Maybe Princess. Beautiful. And these are not exactly matching, but they are coordinating. Ooh, that one came unraveled. They're coordinating enough. So look at that color. Oh, it's so pretty. It's so pretty. It's so pretty. Very, very tonal. Like, it's not just like green on one end and blue on the other. Like, the green and the blues and the purples and the pinks all blend. And so you get a little bit of that all the way through. So that's what I've been doing this week. That's what I've been doing. I'm trying to keep busy, because keeping busy keeps my mind off of the pain. And so, you know, gotta do what I gotta do. I gotta go to the post office. Oh, post office. That reminds me. Happy mail. I gotta go to the post office because I have another card in the mailbox. I've gotten a couple this week. I had this beautiful postcard from Barbara. Barbara lives on a sailboat, and she sends postcards to a lot of other podcasters. So you have probably heard Barbara's name mentioned a lot. She lives on a sailboat. She was living in Florida with her, well, she was staying in Florida with her son during the whole height of the pandemic, and now she's back on her sailboat, and she's very, very happy because she has been reunited with her yarn. I totally can relate to that. And I got this beautiful card. This is from Made by Marsha Mom, and I saw another podcaster open this, so I was prepared, so I didn't dump parts all over myself. I was in the car, and so I told Mr. Cinnamon, I was like, hold your hand out, and he trusts me apparently, so he held his hand out, and I emptied the card into his hand. There are a bunch of little hand cut hearts, and they match me. So those are in there. And there is a nice cup of tea in there. Chamomile, which is exactly what I need because can I tell you, after being in pain, like the type of severe pain that I've experienced this past week, now that the pain is not as severe, my body is not as tense and like, it hurts. So there is like I got hit by a truck sensation happening throughout my body where my body is just completely exhausted. So the chamomile tea is gonna, definitely be good for me. And this is a beautiful card. And from what I understand, she makes all her cards. And this is very much just absolutely beautiful. These leaves, the flowers, they're all layers. This is a layer, that's a layer. This is just a beautiful card. And then there's a beautiful note inside. She feels bad for me about my dentist issues, so she hopes I feel better. And she wanted to send me a little bit of sunshine. And I really, really appreciate it. I love getting cards from you guys. I love it and I appreciate it. And like I said, I still have... I have every card you guys have ever sent me. And I keep a box down below I keep the envelopes. In case I ever need any of y'all's address. And then I've been hanging my cards up there. But I'm running out of room. So I will hang that up. I will hang those up. And I will drink my tea. And I think that's all I have to show you guys today. Pretty sure. Thank you guys for sticking by me through everything that has been going on in my life over the past year and a half. You guys have stuck by me through sickness, and you've supported me. You've stuck by me through all of this pain this week. And you've always been encouraging, and you've always sent well wishes to me. And I really appreciate that. And I want to thank you guys. It really means a lot to me. And that's why I made sure that I pre-recorded videos for you guys, because I want you still to get your cinnamon stitches fix. I don't know why you love me so much, but I appreciate that you love me so much. And honestly, there have been several times this week where I was just laying down with the worst pain I've ever felt and reading comments, and you guys so many times put a smile on my face. And a couple times made me laugh, which hurt. And you guys you always make me feel better with the comments and the love and the outpouring of support you always send me. And I just appreciate that. I appreciate that more than I can possibly express to you. So, I think that is all for today. I hope you all have a fantastic weekend. And I hope you do something that you really just makes you happy, because you guys have given me a lot of love and you've made me happy this week. So, all right, guys, I will talk to you later. Bye.